Okay guys, I am Premal Patel, and in previous lecture we have discussed some concept of inheritance. So now let us continue with that session. Now we are talking about the abstract class. So what is the abstract class and abstract method? So the abstract class, that means it defined only the abstract method which will be implemented by the class which is inheriting to that particular abstract class. So let us see with conceptual programming. So first of all, let us see that how it works abstract. So first of all, we are doing a simple abstract class. Abstract class test1. So this is the abstract class where the keyword abstract is used. Now we prepare one method, abstract void show. Okay, so this is the show method, and one more method which is concrete method we are also creating here, void show 2. So let me give show1 with this method name, and show2 is a not abstract method, it is concrete method. So show2 method, we write the message system.out.print, and then this is show2 method. Okay guys, so now we prepare one more class, class test2, which extends test1. Okay, so in test1 we can utilize the property of test1, but one more concept of that, this is the abstract class test1. So I must have to implement the abstract method of that abstract class if I inheriting the test1. So whatever the math class which is extended by an abstract class, that must have to implement its abstract method. So show2 is a concrete method and show1 is a abstract method. So here we are implementing void show1. Okay, and we print the message that this is test2 and show1. Okay, one more class we suppose we create and put it here, that the class name is test3, which also extends test1, so it also have to implement, but it is test3. Okay, now how can we use? So let us prepare object test1 object t1. Okay, so I have prepared. Now allocate memory, t1 is equal to new test 3. Right now I am giving memory of 3. Then t1 dot show1 and t1 dot show 2 method, and save the program. Now see, here I have prepared the object of t1 and memory allocated of t3. That means this class memory I am going to allocate and calling show1 and show2. Here show1 method is here implemented, here also implemented and declared in as the abstract method in abstract class. So which show1 is called? Show2 is clear that show2, that means it is calling from here and this is implemented here. But in show1 at two places it is implemented. So let me check. Test3 and show1. Okay, show2 method is common. It will be called from abstract class because it is concrete method. But in abstract method, which method will be called? It is depend on which class memory is allocated to that object. Suppose I write test2 save and okay, then I compile the program and run the program. So the output will be test2 and show1. That means this function, this method is called. So this is the concept of abstract class, where it might have abstract method and as well as also concrete method. Concrete method can be called directly, but abstract method implemented in its child class. Each child class have compulsory it is implement the abstract method if it is inheriting the abstract class. Okay, so this is the concept. Now what is the next? Abstract is clear. Using abstract class what we can do. Okay, final, very important keyword in Java, because the final is used at three places: final member, final class and final method. So what is the difference in these all things? Let me discuss in a simple and a single one program. Okay, so test1, this is class test1 and what we are doing, we prepare a method void show. Okay, and the logic system dot out dot print and this is class test1. Okay, now suppose I prepare one more class test2 and extends test1. So this is class test2. So now if I prepare test2 dot test2 t is equal to new test2 and t dot show method. Okay, so this is class test2. Will be this show method will be called, but this concept is called as a method overriding. Okay, so if I write final and compile the program, the message is showing that test2 cannot override. So this is the final method which you are declaring in test1. So that means a final method cannot override. So this is the first concept of final method. If you are declaring a method as a final, so you cannot override. If you are not considering as a final, that in that case you can override. Same things, final class. So this is the final class. What is the error? Class test2 extension test1 cannot inherit because of final. So the final class cannot be inherit. Okay, so if class is a final, cannot be inherit. If method is a final, cannot be override. Okay, so now if one more things we are taking here, integer x is equal to 7 and x plus plus, then I am going to print a value of x plus x. So what is the output? The output is 8. See, this is the output is 8 because x is equal to 7 and I making it increment. Clear? Now I write final integer x is equal to 7. The error is cannot assign a value. That means the final value of that final variable cannot be changed. You cannot change the value. If you declare final integer x is equal to 7, that means you cannot change the value. That is called constant or fixed value, so that you cannot change. But if you want to change, then you cannot use final keyword. Clear? So this is the main scenario of final keyword. So listen, the final variable cannot change the value, final method cannot be override, and final class cannot be extend or inherit. So that is the concept of final in inheritance. So this is the inheritance concept of final, and the chapter is over. So in next chapter we will discuss about the package and interface. Okay, thank you.